name's Tony and I'm a member of Hope Church.
And I'm Mary. So you may remember a few years ago, it was all on the news, there were so many refugees coming into Europe, queuing up and in great long lines, walking along the railway lines. And there were many in Serbia, and Operation Mobilisation started working in one of the camps in Serbia, befriending these folk, making them tea and just providing a safe and quiet place where they could go. And we heard about this at Hope Church, and there was the opportunity to go for a week. And we both straight away said, well, that's something we could do. I believe God was prompting us that this is something we could do. It appealed to me because I'm a practical person, and I thought, well, I can make tea and pour out tea for folk. And Tony likes to interact with people, so we thought that would suit us both.
So we hadn't realised how life-changing this experience of only a week would be, really. We met Syrians, Kurds who had to leave because of war. We met all sorts of people, all sorts of places, Afghanistan. But the people who made a big impact, I suppose, on us were the Christians from Iran. They'd become Christians in Iran, and as a result had to leave the country. Otherwise they would be put in jail or whatever.
So one couple we met called Siim Motion, they're a lovely Christian couple, and they'd become Christians in Iran, and so they had to leave, and they left behind family and friends and jobs and a home, and they even left behind Si's teenage son, not realising how difficult it would be to find somewhere safe to live in Europe, and not realising how long it would take. Their story is one of suffering and difficulty. They went through many different countries, and we'd spent time with them at the camp, reading the Bible and praying with them. And when we came home, I felt very upset and worried about them. I used to lie awake at night thinking what's happening to them and what will happen to them, and just worry about the whole situation. It was quite upsetting, really. But we kept in touch with them, and they continued their travels. They went across many borders through many countries, mainly illegally crossing the borders and trying to avoid being caught. And now they are fairly settled in Germany. They've got somewhere to live, they're learning the language, and Si's son has been able to join them.
So we also met a man called Abuza and his son Armin in Serbia. The son was about 7 but then. And their story is different from Siim Motion because they have tried to cross the borders legally. So they got into Hungary from Serbia and were put in this awful camp, which was just containers in a very small area, full of barbed wire. And he was there for 533 days. And then finally, due to the effect of the Hungarian UNHCR and legal team, they took the Hungarian government to court, and he's now in Hungary. But throughout all this, he's felt that God has this plan for his life, this plan for him to move to Hungary and to be there. And his faith is just amazing. It's just unbelievable, really. Under that pressure, I'm not sure whether I could really survive, but he's managed to do that, and he's always praising God.
So this experience has left us very concerned for refugees and for all who are displaced for whatever reason, and in particular for Christians who are persecuted. We're very inspired and challenged by their faith and their trust in God through all circumstances. We have also prayed very much, and we've encouraged friends and other people in our home group to pray, and we have seen answers to our prayers. God has answered them, and we're very grateful to him for that.